just reminisce about some things. Always a blessing to come and give something off out of myself. I pray peace upon y'all families. Pray peace upon those who are incarcerated, men, women, and teenagers. I pray that you people that's free, that a peaceful day will be granted to you. And I'm just thankful once again, another blessed day for me, being free and being able to communicate with some people that's willing to listen and willing to receive. Yep, top of the afternoon. Yep. I uh, I wanted to spread something because you know a lot of people that's out here in society, they don't know what to expect when they go to TDC. They don't know the the network that TDCJ has in working offenders, and work is a part of the parole package in which you have to have in order to make parole. They have a thing, you have a work time sheet. And if you don't go to work, then you don't get no time in that aspect. And what you want to do is you want to go to work. You want to work to receive the work time, which will enable your good time and your flat time all together, which would make a higher percentage of you making parole. So you have guys that go to TDC like I did when I first went, but I had 45 years and I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it, and work wasn't nowhere on my mind. Work wasn't on my mind. I'll never forget when I went to East Town, and when you go to a facility, you just get now. You always go in front of classification. So East Town at this time had a black warden. Oh, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just come to reminisce, reminisce. I uh, I walked into the major's office and they had the major, they had the warden who was a black man, and they had another individual in there along with some of the administration or people that works like dental and medical and all this, right? So when I go in there and they looking over me, my records, seeing what sentence I had and everything. So the warden looked up at me and say, "Well, Wade," he say, "I guess we'll put you in seven hole." I say, "Seven hole?" He say, "Yeah." I say, "Man, I'm trying to figure out how I'm finna do this 45. I ain't got time to be trying to work in no fields." He say, "Well, son," he say, "by the time you get through that 45, you'll be done figured it out. Get on out of here." So they put me in seven hole, line force. And I didn't go at all for a minute. And all the K, they was writing me up every day, right? And I was receiving, excuse me, minor cases. So one day I was in there with one of my partners, and he was telling me, say, "Dre, come on out there and work with us tomorrow." I say, "Man, I'm not finna go out there picking cotton at this time." I say, "Man, I'm not finna go out there, man. I ain't finna pick no cotton, man." He say, "Man, it ain't nothing, man. Come on out there, man. I got you." And so I went on out there the next morning. At this time, they was working two halves. One in the morning, you come in for lunch, and then when you come in for lunch, it was like eating dinner. They fed you so good, man. You didn't want to go out. You so full, and you got to go back out here. So I went out there that morning, picking cotton, some little old cotton, uh, some little cotton stems. They wasn't that plants. They wasn't that big, right? So all of a sudden, the captain rolled up on us. Now this field captain, man, he's a John Wayne freak, right? And he pulled up on us with this big old retarded looking horse. This horse was so big it was knock needed. I'm talking about big horse. So he say, hey, you two there, you two hombres. So we look up, what's up, Cap? He say, cause me and my boy, we were way up there from the rest of the squad, right? He said, y'all fall back and help them boys back there to catch up. So my partner said, with Cap, they need to catch up with us. He say, well, hell, y'all ain't had nothing but some old welfare rolls. He called them rolls, we had welfare. They ain't hardly had nothing on 'em. So he say, yeah, y'all going back there and catch up with him. You and Bo Winkle there. He called my partner Bo Winkle. He say, man, my name ain't no Bo Winkle, Cap. He said, well, you look like him. Say we laughed. So we went on back there and we picked that cotton that day, that morning, because I ain't go back to second half. But no, I take that back. I went back to second half. And they said Monday, this was on a Friday. They say Monday, we going down there by the bottom and pick. I say, some more cotton they ate? I say, oh man, I ain't with all. They say, Dre, come on, that ain't nothing. So that Monday, man, I came out there that Monday and we went over. He had to go. If most of us had to get off the trailers because the trailer was too long to go over the hill. So you had to get off where the SSI can take the trailer on over the hill, right? So when we get back on the trailers, once we got on that hill, right? So man, we riding, man. He said, yeah, that go that. My partner said, go that cotton back there. I say, man, I don't see no cotton field. I mean, no cotton. He said, all this cotton back. I say, man, them trees. He say, man, Dre, them ain't no trees. That's cotton. Man, we pull up on them plants. Man, them plants was taller than me. Man, looked like they had about 30 balls on every plant. I say, no, baby boy. I say, man, I'm not finna pick that. He say, man, come on. I say, man, I'm not finna mess with it. So I say, look out, Cap. I say, y'all might as well go and call the bus. Or something cause I ain't picking that cotton. He said, oh, wait. He said, go on over there and get you one of them old burlap sacks and get on and get you on the turn road, cause we ain't calling nobody in to get nobody today. I say, yeah, all right. Man, I walked over there to that plant. I ain't had now burlap sack. I just went to snatching plants up. Boom, I'm snatching them plants up, snatching them plants up. You say, the captain say, look out, Bose Henry, getting me. He pulling up the plants. And I was pulling them, snatching them boys up out the ground. Yeah, man, they called it. The truck came to get me. They handcuffed me, pulled me back in that truck. And it seemed like that man hit every bump. I'm boom, 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 I'm in the back. Can't got, I'm handcuffs. Man, I rolled it about 4, 5 times by the time we got to the compound. But a lot of units today, uh, it's not like back in the day. They don't work two halves in the fields. They're not doing a lot of field work because people in society and the government, they felt like fields it was unnecessary for an offender because it didn't benefit him once he was free. Now the way they have it now is most units you might come in uh, and have they place you in the fields for 90 days. You got to go 90 days working out there without a case, and then they uh, a lot of them give you jobs when you come on the facility. They give you jobs because the people want you to have people want you to have work skills. They want you to have something that can help you when you get out of prison. And working in the fields, ain't nobody going working in no fields when they get out of prison. So the government is doing away with a lot with field work. They're not pushing the issue. They not, and even where they planting cotton and all these things, they using machines to do it, and not inmates. So in today's time is totally better than it was back in my time when I started. I remember some hard working days when I was on a unit called Hackleberry. Hackleberry was in Gatesville, and this I think Hackleberry and Sycamore are female units now. They had Hackleberry, Sycamore, and Hilltop. Those was three male units at that time, and I believe that was the hardest fields I ever been to. It was so crazy because when they call your squad out, you turn out the back gate. They got a trailer right there with Aggies on it, and you have to get your Aggie. You pick your Aggie up like it's a rifle in the army, and they say catch it at a trot. Now they'll say all line it up, right? You all line it up in the deuce, deuce it up. That's how they used to say, and you would catch it at a trot, man. We be, man, I'm talking about jogging everywhere we go. Ain't no wagging. Man, I was about 215 when I got there. When once I had worked it 90 days in the field, they transferred me to Sycamore and put me in construction. But man, I was 185 pounds at that time. Man, I was in shape, man. I've been hitting dust out there. All you can see is a dust cloud out there on the fields. But back then, you could squabble out there. You had it in with somebody. You say, "Look out, boss! I got me one. Can I get him?" And old boss man gonna say, "Well, you make sure you get him, cause he gets you, boy. I got somewhere I'm gonna take you." And so they get their paper, and that's just how it was in the old days. I remember a time in East Ham in the early 90s. We was uh we was out there working, and we was spot chopping. Spot chopping is when uh you ain't in line, you just spot chopping with the agate, cutting up brush and stuff. So they had this tree. This tree was so big. I'm talking about a big old tree. You couldn't even climb up this tree. So old boy out of Palestine, he say, man, he looked, he say, man, this boss let me get up here and get these raccoons. Was three raccoons in the tree. He say, man, if this boss let me get up here, he say, man, I'm gonna knock him down. Y'all kill him, Drake. I say, man, you get up there, man. We sure gonna kill they butt. Man, he went on and say, look out, boss. He say, if I can get up that tree, can I get them raccoons? So boss looked at that tree, seen where that boy couldn't get up that tree. He say, yeah, you get up that tree, boy, you can sure have them. They had a tree next to the tree. He climbed that tree and jumped over to the next tree. Boss say, look out, boy, come on from down there. He say, no, boss, you told me I can get him. And he went to knocking them boys down. Them bad boys hit that ground and had Aggies waiting on. We chopping them boys up. Man, we cooked raccoon. Oh, man, we had raccoon just smelling. We used to get them onions and stuff out the kitchen. East Town was a real good unit at that time, even though it was dangerous. But people didn't just go out their way and mess with you over there. People didn't go out their way to bully you because if you seemed it weak, it was easy to play a weak person. It was easy to play them. So, but if you was a stand-up kind of guy, you didn't have to worry about that. Everybody is basically want to deal with you. They want, cause they don't want no trouble with you. See, they don't want no trouble with you. And after I think about '92, after I had been at East Ham about a couple of years, I had two homeboys I had started kicking with. One named Caveman, one named Harvey, Jerry Harvey. Harvey was one of the baddest basketball players you could ever see in prison, and could have been if he was in the world and finished school. You can see him playing professional basketball. K-Man was a weightlifter. He was on the weightlifting team. His arms was so big. He had a 36, something like that, 30 something. His arm width, and he was real big, but he was passive. He really didn't. He really wasn't aggressive. Not one. Even one of us was aggressive. We just did. We didn't take nothing from nobody. That's just how it was. We can live. I can be. I lived on Seven Dome, Cave, and Harvey lived on Two Dome. Four Dome. It's just how it was. And about me being the SSI, I used to fall out of place. with my boy and them and kick it and stuff. We get high or drunk, whatever, you know. You don't go out of place just to be out of place. You go out of place, you know, because it's something about to jump. There's something to go on, and that's just how it was. But uh, your mind had to stay focused on what took place in the facility, and that was work. I don't care if you was exercise, kitchen work, or whatever. Then that work time, see, cause you know people that these dudes that be on them psych pills and stuff. Say they don't want to work. They put them in the fields too, and but they'll try to go and get the psych people, and cause they on that psych load to get them out of the fields. They gonna try to figure out a way. I had one partner. They asked him if you was out there in the field with an Aggie, and somebody did something to you, what would you do? He said, "Man, I'm gonna bust their wig with this Aggie." They didn't even put him in. They did not put him in the fields, and that's just some of the things that you had to say. But he did give him a job. They did give him a job, and he did go, because work time means something when it comes for your parole. You need that work time to give your balance to good time and flat time. It all comes together, and it's gonna, if you got been locked up a while and you got 10 years flat time, you got 20 some years good time, then you got work time. Then you might have like 90% done on your sentence. So your chance of making parole is real great, and that's the kind of numbers that you want to see when they send you your time sheet. They got time sheets. They send you this time sheet, And the reason why I'm really having this conversation is because uh, it's something that's beneficial for the people to know if they go to prison or if they in prison and doing time. Work, you have to work. You go to prison, you have to work. You gonna work. If they give you a job, you gonna work, or you gonna be written up so tough. See, like back then in the early 90s and 80s, they would put you on a restriction tank, and they'll take all your property, just give you what you need to use, toothpaste, deodorant, or something, and put you on a tank. And they got them in several places, restriction tanks, and you can't go to the day room or nothing. You stuck in the house. Don't nobody want to be done like that. So he go to work. He go to work. Don't stay. You don't put yourself in a position where you have to be locked up like that. And you have a setting. You will have a setting, and y'all locked up all day. Now you do come out to go to chow. You have one day, might be on a Sunday, where you go to Rick, but that's it. That's it. And don't nobody want to go through that unless it happened. I know I wouldn't want it to happen to me. I wouldn't want it to happen to me. I lived on a restriction tank because I was placed on Ellis One. They put you on restriction and automatically move you to the restriction tank for whatever days you have. That's how long you gonna stay over there, and they gonna move you once you complete, because they ain't got time to be worrying about you being in no day room or none of that. You can just say that's a wrap. But work time means something. Really it does. Don't never let nobody tell you it doesn't, because it does. Work time can get you out of prison along with good time and flat time. Don't nobody expect to go to prison and have them to work until they get there. In Texas, they sentence us to a sentence. I sentence you to 30 years. And that be it. They don't say I sentence you to 30 years in hard labor. But when they give you this time, you go down there, you find out you got to work. You have to work. And they be like, man, the judge ain't gave me no sentence like that. The people ain't trying to hear it, man. Them people ain't trying to hear it. Your butt going to work. You going to work. They going to handle you so tough. and you still gonna eventually go to work to get yourself out of what you done clammed yourself into. So, it's just something to be aware of and something I could bring because I look at the numbers on some of my videos and on the viewer rate. And I notice, that some of the videos I do, people don't really view them. But this is what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to watch any video that I bring. I encourage you to do that because it's going to be beneficial. It might not be more so as so much exciting and action, which is what I know y'all like to hear. See, because I have to touch every basis of what take place in the institutions, prisons. I have to touch base with that because how could I tell you all about something and not this is the thing, me knowing and not bringing it to you. That wouldn't be right. That'd be right. If you ended up in prison, you'd be saying, "Damn, Dre, Dog ain't told me about this." Anything that I tell you, right? It's gonna hit you, man. Dre Dog told me that you're gonna know how to face that situation. So I encourage you all to watch these videos. And when you tell somebody about just release, tell them hit that like button. Tell them hit that like button. Cause they're gonna like it. They're gonna like it. I need y'all support. I need y'all support because y'all just release watchers. Y'all just release fans. And I might be wrong. Maybe you just watching it just to hear about some of the action and stuff. But this station, this channel, is for those who are willing to receive the information that I'm bringing to them because you can find yourself in a bad situation of not knowing what to look forward to. You get off at the bus on Ferguson, you get off at the bus on McConnell, you get off the bus at Conley, you get off the bus at Stiles, you get off the bus at Polanski, you get off the bus at these units, Telford, all these physical units, and if you get off the bus and you was a just release channel watcher, then you know what to expect because you already know what their units are like because Dre Dog enlighten you of what to look forward to. You have to some youngsters that come in have to, if they representing something, they're gonna have to represent it right there. Go put your stuff, come back on out here. Look at you, get that paper. That's what they gonna tell you. Old schools, neutrons, no, you don't have to go through that. So if you put yourself in that predicament, that's on you because they got somebody that'll look at you too. But they try to respect neutrons. They try to respect everybody. But they gonna get tested. They gonna get tested. That's just how it is. You can be ready because it's coming. But to know this, that when you pull up, because the first thing when you meet somebody, they're gonna say what job they gave you. Everybody you meet, what job you got? You might see a partner or something at chow. What's up, baby? Hey, boy, man, what's going on, man? Hey, baby. Hey, I'm over there next door to you, man. What job you got? Because you're gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job. You can look forward to working in TDCJ because they're gonna give you a job on SSI, kitchen, and fields. It's the only thing they got. That's the only thing they have. In order to get certain jobs, you have to be there for a minute. You have to uh, 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 go case free to get certain jobs. But guess what? You're gonna get a job and you're gonna work. You're gonna work before it's over with. I don't care if you have a life sentence, 99 years. Man, I ain't working for nobody. Man, I got a life. That life is gonna work. and should want to work if you got life. It make your time more easy. It make your time more easier. So I just pray that y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I pray that you tell somebody about Just Release. Make sure you tell them to share with the others because I got something to give them. This is Just Release, Andre Wade, and I'll be back with something else.
Hear the food stamp thing.
Hmm?